The next part of our lessons go into talking about sampling and biased questions. So I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to have you pause the video, read this top paragraph, and then we're going to go in and take a look at some examples. All right. Example 1, Mrs. Jacoby wants to estimate the average age of vehicles driven in Boyertown. She gets a list of registered vehicles and notices there are many more cars than trucks. She creates a sample by randomly choosing 100 cars and 100 trucks from the list. Did she select a representative sample? So she first of all notices there's more cars than trucks, but then she creates a sample by choosing the same number. So this is not representative. She would need to actually choose more cars so that they would be fairly represented here, because if there's way more cars than trucks, she's going to need to choose more cars to make her sample actually worth it. Example 2, Ruth is studying characteristics of American popular songs from 1900 to 1945. She found a list of 500 songs published during this period. She wants to select 30 songs to include in her sample. Which method will result in a random sample? If she chooses the first 15 and the last 15 songs, there's still, out of the 500, 470 that are not possibly able to be chosen. So because they don't even have a chance of being chosen, this is not random. B, number the songs from 001 to 500. Use a computer to generate 30 random numbers. Select those songs. So really every song has a chance of being selected because they're all plugged in from 001 to 500. Using the computer to generate the 30 random numbers, that's going to give you a random selection. And if she selects those songs, that'll work. Let's double check C though. Choose a number from 1 to 5 by drawing a slip of paper from a hat. Beginning with that number, choose every 10th song on the list. So again, this is keeping songs from being able to be picked, which means that it's not representative of all of them, which tells us that B, then having that computer generate those numbers would be the best way to do a random sample. Example 3, a park ranger estimates that there are 4,000 birch trees in a forest preserve. She wants to check a sample for possible insect damage. She selects 100 trees that are planted along the access roads. Is this a sample representative or biased? So if you're kind of thinking logically here, so we're in a forest preserve, here's your access roads. Yeah, there's a couple trees here, but there's also a bunch of trees that are out here, right? Like actually in the forest. Also thinking ahead, if you're by the access roads, that's where vehicles, people are coming in and out on a regular basis. Chances are they're going to be more diseased than these trees that are out here, not necessarily exposed to a lot of those different things. So this is biased because it's more likely for the trees on the road to be diseased. It's also biased because these trees that are out here in the forest don't have a chance of actually getting selected. So this definitely is a biased survey for her. Example 4, a TV programming manager wants to conduct a survey to determine which reality television show is the favorite of viewers in a certain viewing area. He's considering the 3 samples shown. Draw an X through the 2 samples that would not fairly represent all of the people in the viewing area. 100 people that are trying out for a reality TV show. Miss Terizzi secretly wants to be on Survivor. It's not even secretly. She makes it very well known. If she was actually trying out for Survivor, what do you think her favorite reality TV show is going to be? Definitely Survivor. So that doesn't make sense. 100 students at your middle school. Definitely an option, but is that representative of all the people? No, because it's only middle schoolers. Every 100th person at a shopping mall. Out of these choices, this is going to be the best one. Unfortunately, you're not going to hit everybody at a shopping mall, but that would hopefully give you a pretty good representation of a lot of different people in your area. So we talked about biased samples. We also have biased questions. When you take a survey, they make assumptions that may not be true and can also make one answer seem better than another. So this survey question would be biased. Would you prefer to vacation in sunny Florida or take a trip to the gray, rainy city of Seattle? we're automatically trying to get you to realize that sunny Florida sounds much better. It sounds cheery, sounds happy, positive, whereas we have a gray, rainy city of Seattle. So you're going to be looking for a lot of adjectives, especially if we're talking about a bias question. So number 1, do you like putrid carnations or sweet-smelling roses? So we have those adjectives that are in there, so this is definitely biased. And we can rewrite it saying, do you prefer carnations or roses? Number 2, do you prefer the green chair or the blue chair? Clearly there are 2 options. One's green, one's blue. Which one do you like? This is an unbiased question. Number 3, what types of movies have you seen? This one can kind of go either way. You might say it's biased because you are assuming that the person has seen movies. So if that's the case, you can say, have you seen any movies? And that's going to give you a straight up yes or no answer. If they say yes, then maybe you could lead into this type of thing. Or if you said it was unbiased, I would accept that as well by you saying that it's not asking you for any specific type of movies. That would definitely be understandable. Number 4, do you support the governor's proposal to reduce state taxes? This is a straight up question. Yes, it's going to reduce the taxes, but that's what the proposal is. So do you agree with it? So this is unbiased.